Hello everyone, Rogue Fox here, and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. Today, I'll show you how to create an advanced one-for-one trade shop for Bedrock Edition. Now you may be asking, what makes this an advanced one-for-one trade shop? So let's go ahead and take a look at its features. Now the first thing you will notice is that we have multiple items for sale, and all of those items are color coordinated. For example, right here we have a yellow block that lets us know that we can buy magma cream. Now let's say we don't want to buy magma cream, but we want to buy a saddle. So to do that, all we do is press this button right here. This block is going to swap. It's orange, letting us know that we can now buy a saddle. Now in this chest is where our item is dispensed. This light right here lets us know if the item is in stock or not. And in this chest right here is where we make our payment. Now as of version 1.7, I think slime balls are a reasonable payment for an item instead of diamonds. So let's go ahead. We're going to buy ourselves a saddle. We grab ourselves a slime ball. We insert our payment, we hear a ding, and then we open our chest. And there we go, we have ourselves a saddle. Now let's say we want to buy ourselves a shulker shell. So let's go ahead, we're going to press this twice. So we don't want to spam it, it's red. It's purple. And that lets us know we can now buy a shulker shell. And it is in stock, so let's go ahead and place in our payment. There we go, we have our ding. Now notice that the light went off. So that means the shulker shell is now out of stock. So we can go ahead and reach in, grab our shulker shell, and there we go. This is how this works. Now this advanced trade shop does have one more feature to it, and that is the payment filter. So let's go ahead, we're going to select an item that is in stock. So let's say blue ice, so we want to press it twice. That's in stock, but we do want blue ice. This is blue, letting us know we're buying blue ice. It's in stock. So for the payment filter, let's say someone wants to cheat the system. So instead of paying slime balls, let's say they want to use redstone. We place that in, and notice nothing has happened. So let's go ahead and place in the correct payment, which is a slime ball. And there we go, we have ourselves our blue ice. So for our payment filter, down below in our bottom chest is where all of our payments go. So there's our 3 slime balls. And to prevent anyone from cheating the system or clogging up the hoppers here, we do have this filter right here. So any junk items that they throw in will go into this top chest for us to keep. To make the advanced one-for-one trade shop, you will need a 7x6 area, and you will also need 9 blocks in height, with your floor level being the 4th block up. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our supplies. And there we go. There are all the supplies we'll need for today's build. If you want to pause the video, go ahead and do that. Grab your supplies, and then we'll jump right into the build. Alright, to get things started, let's go ahead and place in our wall. So like I mentioned, the floor is going to be 4 blocks from the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We can knock these out. So this is our floor level, 4 blocks up. And let's go ahead and place in our floor, come all the way across. For the wall, go ahead and come up 1 block like that. And then go ahead and bring it across. And then we want to make 2 more levels. And 3. There we go. Now for the 4th block up from the floor, what we want to do is get our colored blocks, whatever you choose to use. And I'm just going to place them in like this. Now I didn't add this to the supplies, but above the colored blocks here, I'm going to place some stair blocks. You can use whatever you like. That's what I'm choosing to do. So that is done. Now we do need to knock out some of these blocks. So from the left, 2 blocks over, go ahead and knock these 3 out. We want stairs right there. Stairs upside down. We're going to leave that hole right there. Skip a block, and let's do the same thing. Stairs. Stairs upside down with a gap. And then for our chest, for our payment, it's going to go right here. So on the right side and 1 block over. Go ahead and punch that out. So there we go. There is the foundation. Now let's go ahead and start placing in our redstone. What we're going to do is place in our piston feed tapes. So the easiest thing I found to do is after you have all your colors lined up, keep them in your inventory in the correct order. That'll just make life a lot easier down the road. So what we're going to do is put in our piston feed tape for this left side. So let's come around to the back side here. Under your stair block, go ahead and place your piston facing out. And then what we want to do is place a temporary block underneath, 1 block out, and then a piston facing up like that. So you should have a block gap to your piston facing up. Now what we want to do is place another temporary block right here. And then we have 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the 5th block up, go ahead and place your piston facing inward like that. And then a temporary block right above it. 1 block out. Get your piston once again and place it facing down like so. So hopefully you can see that, and that's a good visual aid. So your piston should be positioned just like that. We can go ahead and knock these out. Now what we want to do, as I mentioned, is to keep everything in order. So I'm going to place my red right here. Next is orange. We want to skip this block right here and put your next color right up there, right there, right there, and it should finish right underneath this piston here. And then go ahead and come back down. So there is the side view. Now let's go ahead and place in the second piston feed tape. Before we place in our second piston feed tape, we're going to go ahead and add a couple bits of redstone while we still have the space. So come back down to your first piston feed tape down here, place a temporary block right there, come 2 blocks out, get your redstone dust, and place redstone dust on those 2 blocks, and then it will finish right under our second gap right here. Now for the second piston feed tape, what we want to do is place a temporary block right here, piston facing forward, and then we're going to follow the same pattern as our last one. So we can go ahead and leave this here for now. What we're going to do is place in our droppers. So just like our other pattern, what we want to do is place a temporary block there. Get your dropper, place your dropper facing forward, and make sure it is facing forward. And on this temporary block, go ahead and place your dropper there. We can knock that out because we need that gap. Crouch place, and then we want to do that 3 more times. Right there, and right there. To wire up the piston feed tapes, what we want to do is come down the middle right here, and if you haven't done it already, go ahead and remove all those temporary blocks. I realized I forgot to do that. So what we're going to do is come right down here, right down the middle, and right under this block, let's go ahead and place down a temporary block right there, and then let's come 3 blocks out. We can knock that one out, and then a block up right here. Now what we're going to do from this block is run a repeater out, and then set that to 2 ticks. Get your redstone dust. Dust here, dust there, and notice that they will run into the pistons like that. On this block, go ahead and place a redstone torch, a block right above it, redstone torch, it will invert, block right there, and then a block right here. Get your dust once again, redstone right there, and it should connect to the pistons as you see here. Against this piston, go ahead and place your glass block like that, and then what we're going to do is place a block right here, a block against this top piston, and then we want a glass block right there. So let's go ahead on this glass block here, place down redstone dust, and then a repeater right here set to 2 ticks running into this block, and then redstone dust on that glass block right there, just like that. Now that we have it all wired up, we still need to be able to power it. So to do that, let's go ahead and come underneath here, come on inside, and where you see this gap right there, go ahead and place a sticky piston facing down. And then we want to place a redstone block on its face. Right there. So we're going to come around to the other side. And we did place it right here. So let's go ahead and place down our button. And you can see our sticky piston. So if we go ahead and give it a test, everything should work. Now that we've finished our piston feed tape, let's go ahead and focus on our payment system. So let's go ahead in this gap, let's place our chest. And we still need to be able to access that chest, so let's go ahead and remove that solid block right there. Get your stairs, come around to the back side, and place a stair block right there. That will allow us to open the chest. Now we'll go ahead and grab your chest once again. Let's come down to the bottom here. Make a double chest right here, and then a chest right above it, like so. Get your hoppers, crouch place your hopper into the top of the double chest. Hopper into that hopper, and then a hopper into that hopper right there. So what you end up with is your payment chest, 3 hoppers underneath going straight down into your double chest right there. Now let's go ahead and wire this up for our payment. So what we want to do behind our double chest is place down a block right here with a comparator running out from our bottom hopper. 2 blocks right there with redstone dust. Come around to the side here, we want to place a temporary block right there, sticky piston facing forward with a redstone block on its face. So right now this redstone block is now locking this bottom hopper here. Now what we want to do in the bottom hopper is place in our payment. So the easiest way I found to do that is to place one payment item right there on the left. And what you want to do is probably have some items named in an anvil to block these up. So what we want to do, let's pretend these are named items that no one can copy or have on them. We want to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That will give us a total of 22 items. And if you haven't seen this before, once our 23rd item comes down, so our slime ball, this will then cause this to be activated right here, giving us a signal strength of 2, powering that piston, pushing our redstone block forward, unlocking this hopper, and then allowing our payment to pass through. So let's go ahead, let's just drop it into this one right here. As you see right there, very quick. And then we have our payment down below. Now we can go ahead and wire up our payment filter. So what we want to do is crouch place a block against our bottom hopper right there. Grab your comparator, and what we're going to do is run our comparator out from our middle hopper right there. Just like that. Now place a temporary block right here, an observer that's going to be detecting our comparator. And temporary block here, block right there. A repeater set to 1 tick coming out from the observer, and that's going to run into a block right here. Place another block right there. We can remove that. And then a block right above this right here. So you're left with this pattern. Now on this block, go ahead and place down your redstone dust. You'll have a little star or a dot, like so. And finally, grab your sticky piston, and right here, place your sticky piston facing forward. So that way you can see it is going to push our hopper right there. The only thing left to do is to wire up a redstone lamp, and then also a redstone that powers our droppers once we make our payment. So to get things started, right here, go ahead and place down a chest. Grab your hopper, come around to the back side here, and then crouch place your hopper into the back of the chest, like that. To wire this up, what we want to do is come down to our orange block down here, place a block right behind it with a repeater facing out. We can leave that set to 1 tick. Run that repeater into a block like this. Redstone torch on top of that block, a block above the torch, redstone torch that will invert, and then a block above it. Now what we're going to do is look at our torch right here and then place a block like that, and then a block against that dropper right there. And in this gap, go ahead and run a repeater like that into that block. And there we go, that's all done. Let's go ahead and quickly demonstrate this. So let's remove the block right here, and let's say we're selling observers. So we're going to place our observer in that dropper right there. We're going to put the block back. Now what we're going to do is place in our payment. Like that, you saw all the redstone do its thing. And notice that it didn't tick either, so it is also quiet. And then if we check here, there's our observer. And the last thing that we need to do in regards to redstone is to place in a redstone lamp that will let us know if our item is in stock or not. So 2 blocks above our payment chest, go ahead and knock that block out and place in your redstone lamp. We're going to come around to the back side here. And from the block that is against our dropper, what we're going to do is place down a temporary block underneath. 1 block out. We can remove that. 1 block up. And then a block right there. In this gap, go ahead and run a comparator out from the block that's against our dropper. Redstone dust here. And then a repeater running into that block right there. So right now, we don't have any inventory in that dropper, so this lamp is off, but I went ahead and placed in glowstone right there, and then some droppers right there. So from this side, we can go ahead and press it. Our blocks will rotate, and then you can see we do have some stock in there. Now that everything is all ready to go, the only thing left for you to do is to place in all of your items into your droppers that you would like to sell. So the easiest way I found to do that is to come into this gap right here, and then place your stone button up here like we did earlier. Don't do it right there because that will power that dropper. And then keep in mind that all of your blocks will rotate in this direction here. And I just realized I almost forgot about the note block. So the note block, from the same block that is right against our dropper, all we need to do is place our note block right there. And then go ahead and set that to whatever sound you'd like. And there you have it, everyone. The advanced 1-for-1 trade shop for Bedrock Edition. This is the end of our tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed. This has been RogueFox, and I'm out. I'll see you later.